Imagine a beautiful island paradise, where the sun kisses the turquoise waters and the sky stretches endlessly above. This is Cape Verde, a hidden gem off the coast of Africa. Big mountains touch the blue sky, their peaks standing tall and proud, remnants of ancient volcanic activity that shaped these islands. Clear water washes onto perfect beaches, where the sand is soft and golden, inviting you to relax and soak in the natural beauty. Cape Verde, a group of islands near Africa, looks like paradise from above, with its scattered islands forming a breathtaking archipelago. Green valleys hold colorful towns where houses are painted in vibrant hues, reflecting the lively spirit of the people who live there. Happy music plays in sunny streets. Friendly people welcome everyone with open arms, their smiles as warm as the tropical sun. It's a beautiful place, full of exciting culture and strong people. Festivals burst with color and energy, showcasing traditional dances and music that tell stories of the past. But under this beauty, there's a sad history. The ruins and old buildings stand as silent witnesses to a time of hardship and struggle. The beauty of Cape Verde hides a past of pain and struggle. These monuments remind us of the resilience and strength of the Cape Verdean people. The island's charm hides a history of hardship and unfairness. The streets and villages, though picturesque, have stories of survival and endurance etched into their very fabric. This contrast between the beautiful present and the hard past is the real story of Cape Verde. It's a place where beauty and history intertwine, creating a rich tapestry of culture and resilience. Secrets of the past, whispers on the wind. Before explorers from Europe arrived, nobody lived in Cape Verde. These islands, now known for their vibrant culture and rich history, were once untouched by human hands. The pristine beaches and rugged landscapes stood in silent testimony to the passage of time, waiting for the first footprints to mark their sands. The islands were quiet, just mountains in the big Atlantic Ocean. The vast expanse of water surrounding them created a sense of isolation, a world unto itself. The natural beauty of the islands was both majestic and serene, a perfect blend of land and sea. Portuguese explorers found the islands in the 1400s. Their arrival marked the beginning of a new era, one that would bring profound changes to the islands and their future inhabitants. The explorers saw potential in these uninhabited lands, envisioning them as a strategic point for their maritime endeavors. This changed everything, starting a complicated and difficult history. The once quiet islands became a hub of activity, as new settlers arrived and began to shape the land to their needs. The introduction of European influence brought both opportunities and challenges, forever altering the course of Cape Verde's history. This untouched paradise became a center for the slave trade. The island's strategic location made them a key point in the transatlantic slave trade, a dark chapter that left an indelible mark on Cape Verde. Ships laden with human cargo passed through these waters, bringing with them stories of pain and suffering. This sad past still lingers like whispers in the wind, carried on old songs and rustling palm trees. The cultural heritage of Cape Verde is deeply intertwined with its history, and the echoes of the past can still be heard in the music, dance, and traditions of its people. The islands, located between continents, became a place of forced migration and suffering. The movement of people across these waters was not always voluntary, and the legacy of these migrations is a complex tapestry of resilience and adaptation. The slave trade hurt Cape Verde, changing its people, culture, and future. The blending of different cultures and traditions created a unique identity for the islands, one that is both a testament to the strength of its people and a reminder of the hardships they endured. This pain is a part of the islands forever. The history of Cape Verde is a story of survival and transformation, where the beauty of the land is matched by the resilience of its people. As the sun sets over the islands, it casts a golden light on a place that has weathered the storms of history and emerged with a spirit that continues to inspire. The heavy hand of colonialism, scars on the land. The story of Cape Verde is one of beauty marred by the deep wounds of its colonial past. Portugal ruled Cape Verde for hundreds of years. The islands were important to them, used for their location and resources. The Portuguese saw Cape Verde as a strategic point for their maritime empire, a gateway to the riches of Africa and the Americas. Portugal made a lot of money from the slave trade that came through Cape Verde. Ships laden with human cargo would stop here, a grim waypoint in a journey of suffering. The slave trade was not just a business, it was a brutal system that dehumanized countless individuals. This made the empire rich, but left the islands and its people poor. The wealth generated from the exploitation of human lives and natural resources rarely benefited the local population. Instead, it built grand colonial buildings while the native people lived in poverty. Forced labor and unfair treatment became normal. The local population was subjected to harsh working conditions, often with little to no compensation. This exploitation was justified by the colonizers as a necessary means to maintain their empire. The people who lived there first were forced to move, and their culture was suppressed. Indigenous communities were uprooted from their ancestral lands, their way of life disrupted. Traditional practices and languages were often banned or discouraged, their traditions were forgotten, their languages were not used, and they lost their identity. Over time, the rich cultural tapestry of Cape Verde began to unravel, leaving behind a legacy of lost heritage and fragmented identities. The damage from this time is still seen today in the unfairness between people. The scars of colonialism are evident in the social and economic inequalities that persist. The struggle for equality and justice continues as Cape Verdeans work to reclaim their history and rebuild their nation. An enduring spirit triumphed over adversity. Even with slavery and unfair treatment, the people of Cape Verde never gave up. They found comfort in music, singing about sadness, strength, and hope. These songs, passed down through families, showed their pain, strength, and enduring spirit. Through creativity and community, they kept their heritage alive. Morabeza, a special Cape Verdean idea of resilience, kindness, and unity, grew even during hard times. This strong spirit, passed down through many years, still defines the Cape Verdean people. Sadness and hope. The past of slavery and colonialism still affects Cape Verde deeply. The islands struggle with unfairness, few resources, and environmental problems. The fight for equality and freedom continues every day. But even with these hardships, there is hope and resilience. Cape Verde became independent from Portugal in 1975, starting a new chapter. Since then, the islands have improved education, healthcare, and the economy. Democracy is growing, and the nation is working towards a better future. Uncovering the truth, remembering together. Learning about the sad parts of Cape Verde's history isn't about staying in the past. It's about understanding the suffering, honoring the strength, and making sure such bad things never happen again. It reminds us that beautiful places can have sad stories. We must face these hard truths, learn from history, and work towards a fairer future for everyone. By remembering the past, we can build a better future. Cape Verde today, beauty and pain. Today, Cape Verde is at a turning point. It is a nation making a new way, balancing its beauty with its hard history. The islands show the strength of people, a place where hope grows even after hardship. As people visit, drawn by the beauty and charm, it's important to remember the whole story of Cape Verde. It's a story of sadness and triumph, of hardship and freedom, of pain and hope. It's a story that tells us to look deeper and understand the complicated history of these amazing islands.